today. From AT&T.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Dak going to start out going to the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Calling no gain. On the game's first play, and it's second down now. You look at this Niner defense, and this unit very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great play there with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Prescott. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And Pollard going to pick up a Cowboys first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And a nice spin into some open field. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Looking to throw. Prescott. Looking left side, and it's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Prescott from the gun. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Niners very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Pollard, and he is going to lose yardage here. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. His second rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. And boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Returning from his end zone is Barner. And just shedding him off there. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you figure this should be a healthy, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And his pass incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard pushing through the contact. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Prescott now. This is caught. And he is out of bounds here. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Now here's Pollard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. Brown. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They'll run for it. Cook. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. Cook turned away on 4th and goal. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play. Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coach would always say, Don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And got his man complete. There he goes right side. He may go. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season, and right now this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. He had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field. Two corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
15 for the Niners there and a first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Now they go screen. It's complete.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Prescott yet again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of body. Him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12.
So holding on the return, and that's going to back him up to start the drive.
He was trying to get the job done correctly, just trying to clear a little space for his returner. Ended up getting a little too much jersey and hooked the guy, hence the flag.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9. 2nd and 1. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Hassan Reddick, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So we have reached halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Now it's Barner.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. They'll run again with Jackson.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 9.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in there by Cooks.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw is Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give him 5 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Back to throw here. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. They run with Jackson out of the gun, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Henry To'oTo'o there to bring him down defensively. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language.
Puts it on the carpet, it's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Looking for James Cook out of the backfield that time.
And it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
That's dumped off to Pollard.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll run for it with Pollard. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
2nd down and a yard.
On play action, they'll throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
They'll drop to throw. And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game.
And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And he will bull his way in there for the 2 points. Nothing fancy there on that 2-point try. Give it to the big boy and let him go to work.
That almost felt like sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team who can carry the ball, hand it to him and let him rumble.
Nobody picked me on the sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know better.
I was the water boy. And out now come the Cowboys.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Room past the 35.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Prescott.
Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd down and 6.
Throwing, Prescott. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. High throw, but he makes the catch.
And he is going to have the Cowboys 1st down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allow him to convert on 4th and long.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Prescott. And Cooks has it over the middle. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now Prescott.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1.
To the air again, Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And now this is scooped. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Niners are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
They'll set up to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Now a 2nd and 2.
One last shot now for Prescott. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.